Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact, Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent, along with my co-hosts today, Jaybone and Alicia, and it's just us. And this is the Impact and AXS TV review for Thursday, April 8th, 2021. Not Tuesday. It is Thursdays, which means tomorrow's Friday, which means this is Friday Junior, which basically means Thursday is the new Friday. So it's a holiday. It's already the weekend. That's
the pre-party.
Pre-party. This is basically like the kickoff to the weekend. That's kind of cool.
So is this kind of like who's on first, what's on second, kind of?
I don't know what you're talking about, Jaybone. Is this some kind of like old reference? Yeah, what are we saying here, Jaybone? What are we talking about? You're killing the mood already here, Jaybone. You're already ruining the mood here.
I'm dating myself. That's some people and some elderly people in the chat will get that.
You shouldn't be dating yourself. You're married. All right, let's go on. All right, anyway, Mark is out today, guys. Mark is on vacation. He's taking his first vacation since the pandemic. So if you do follow Mark on Twitter, wish him a safe trip. And then Bill is seeing, I think, 73 shows this week in Florida.
72 and 3/4.
72 and 3/4 show. I think he's going to leave early from WrestleMania is what it is, right? So that's the 3/4 show. He's leaving
traffic.
Yes. So he's down there. So it's just us today. So we're going to hang out with you guys and do the review tonight. But Alicia, what's going on? I like the backdrop, the Follow Bob backdrop. It's pretty nice.
I figured every week I would change the shirt.
I like it.
Just to show off some Shop Impact fun.
There you go.
I also got Gizmo driving the Barbie car, but that's not reading so well on the camera.
I was about to ask, like, what car is that? Now I see that it's more than just a car. That's awesome.
That's a lovely dose of old school. I'm sporting the Iron Maiden. Trent,
Am I dating myself now? Oh, geez.
Oh, wow.
I'm a month away from 31, or 35. See?
You're almost
We're already
there.
deducting years.
I got the too young going on.
You're still all babies compared to me. It's all good.
That's true. That is very true. Especially some of our listeners, Dave, when they weren't even born when you started watching wrestling. How's that, huh?
Right?
Yeah. I got the Sue Young going today. That's my shirt of the day. Since we had a little Sue Young tease tonight. So very cool. Oh, by the speaking of Shop Impact, all the DVDs are back up now, so which includes that Slammiversary one that I've been trying to get. So that is up there, and they got a sale going on. Buy 4 DVDs, get one free. So that's pretty cool. Nice. But yeah, first show on Thursday, everybody. So we're gonna break it all down. Jaybone, I'm sure you got news because there's some somber news too tonight. There's some news that really didn't make us happy this week. Really bummed us out, to be honest. So
I've got a healthy dose of really cool and kind of big bummerish. So
good. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it because I hope you can balance it out because otherwise it's just I can't have that, Jaybone. I need some good news. I don't need the sparkler of news. So let's kick it off, Jaybone.
I'm not bringing any giant bombs, but I got news. So.
He's got news. Let's kick it off with the news then. Let's do it. All right, here we go, everybody. Jaybone's news.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now Jaybone's news. He's got one big bit of bad news that we're not too happy about. The rest, I have no idea what he's going to talk about. I'm all discombobulated. The bad news has me. Jaybone, cheer me up. Anyway, take it away.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
You better cheer me up, Jaybone, because the one bit of news is already, it's got me really down for like the last 3 days.
All right. Well, we'll start out with the breaking news that came earlier today.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Actually, there's a couple pieces. We got one during the show tonight.
Okay.
We got one during the show, and we could talk a little more about that later. I didn't check out all the faces in the picture. It was a little small. I'm waiting for like the official teaser from the website, but we're getting Micro Brawlers season number 2.
I saw that. Who's it going to be? You know who it is?
We're getting Ace Austin, Josh Alexander, and then it gets a little fuzzy.
Ace, you're unprepared for the news, Jaybone. You are unprepared for this.
It's been a bangorama.
Yeah, you were unprepared for the bangorama, Jaybone.
But hey, we're getting Ace Austin.
Ace Austin. That's why I had to I quickly went with the Ace Austin.
Did I mention Ace Austin?
Yeah.
No, there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott D'Amore is one of them.
Okay.
And Anderson.
Anderson is
Swann.
one of them. Okay. Because there was a Gallows already, right? Gallows was before. He was in the first season.
Oh, really? They didn't release release them together? That's
No, I think we kind of make it exclusive, right? By doing it that way.
Okay.
Oh,
I
Carl
don't know these
Anderson.
things.
Yeah.
Gotta catch them all.
Cool. Okay.
Josh Alexander, Carl Anderson, Scott Demore, and Ace. And
I
Swann.
guarantee this series is going to sell out pretty fast.
Well, the last one sold out in like a day, right? It was like
well,
it was
Couple
gone.
days, yeah.
That's awesome. So wait, who's making them? Is this a Pro Wrestling Tees thing, or who's actually like selling these? Or is it on just Shop Impact?
It's Shop Impact, but I think it's through Pro Wrestling Tees. It's like exclusive to Impact.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
oh, sorry.
What happened?
I'm being made fun of for calling it series 2.
Yeah. What did you call it, Jaybone? Episode 2, season 2?
I called it season 2. I don't know.
Episodic. Yes, Daniel Spencer. I see that.
episode Swann, episode Ace.
It's going to be season 2 of the Microballers, episode Demore, episode Ace Austin, and episode Carl Anderson.
I can't wait to watch.
Wait to watch. The season premiere is going to be the shit. All right,
Live action microbrawling.
There you go.
Wow, this is off the rails already. Shit. Jesus.
Yeah, this is horrible.
All right, go on. Jaybone. What else we got here?
All right, so we got a lovely tweet earlier today from Eddie Edwards. Says, I'm going to just read this instead of hooking it all up because it's a combination of tweets, so not to confuse anyone. It says, I'm very excited for this. I've always wanted to try and give back to the world of professional wrestling. I have been so lucky to have amazing friends, trainers, and veterans who have taught me and continue to teach me to this day. It's time to pay it forward. Hashtag Die Hard Dojo. So
nice.
Here's another part of that. So New England All-Star Wrestling said, breaking news: New England All-Star Wrestling teams with Eddie Edwards and Hardcore Athletics says on a new pro wrestling training program coming to hashtag Boston, hashtag Massachusetts this summer. Visit Facebook.com/Die Hard Dojo right now for registration and information.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Nice.
I mean, anyone's going to be a trainer. Eddie Edwards can be a trainer. No doubt. That's awesome.
And if
That's
you want to
cool.
see the
Great news.
hell yeah. Yeah, great. Because I mean he's what they say during the show tonight? 20 years plus.
Yeah, 20 plus years doing this.
Yeah. Great to see that. He deserves that, to have that, and whoever he's partnering up with to have that opportunity to give back. It's amazing. So yeah, go check out New England All-Star Wrestling on Twitter for the rest of the press release with the promo with that.
Nice. Yeah, do that, guys. Anybody's looking to train, you can, if you're in the Northeast. That's Eddie Edwards training school. That's you cannot get a better teacher than Eddie Edwards to learn from. So cool. What else you got, Jay?
This hits me on a personal note for anyone curious. It's 3 weeks later. Today I got my COVID dose vaccination number 2.
Number 2. Jaybone is officially safe, and
I have the runs.
He's having some side effects today. Unfortunately, that's what they say, Jaybone. You're gonna have some side effects.
Nothing fell off yet. Nothing fell off. No, I mean, I could feel it in my arm a little bit. It's it's like the muscles, getting a little. Like I can feel it. I feel like something's happening in me. Like I might grow a tail or something.
You're not gonna dance again on this. Alicia, did you see the clip of Jaybone dancing on Tuesday?
Yes, I did.
Here it is. There it is. There it is.
What do you guys get up to over there? Jeez.
He was trying to impersonate Ron the Truth Killings. And all of a sudden, I just look over and he's doing this. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Woo! Jaybone got his shot. He is dancing. All right.
He is dancing. That's the side effect of the shot, is Jaybone dancing.
Yikes. I'm just gonna bust out the cardboard and go completely old school and just do a spinneroonie or something and break my neck. No. So yeah, I'm feeling okay. No rash side effects yet. I'm fine. Mrs. Jaybone got shot number 1 yesterday, nice. And Pops gets shot number 2 tomorrow.
Cool. Very nice. The Bone family is ready to go. Nice. Good job.
Hell yeah.
Cool. What else you got?
And then on to some more somber news.
All right, we know we had to talk. I want to spend a minute on this, and this was somber. This hit us hard, all of us. Go ahead, Joe.
So we found out. What was it? A couple days ago?
Yeah,
somewhere in the last couple days. Thornstowe, who we just had on the show a few weeks ago, which we consider to be one of our best interviews ever,
great interview. Yeah.
Informed the world that he and Lester the Legend are no longer. Reno Scum is no longer with Impact Wrestling.
Dude, what a bummer. How bummed out were all of us, man. And we have like a group chat and where we all talk about stuff. And like I think it was like the unanimous bum out by all of us because number one, we just had him on too.
Yeah.
I haven't felt right for days.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
It is. It is loud.
Excuse my language.
No, it's okay.
It's all good. It's positive. I just had to have that slight outburst.
Yeah, no,
it's okay.
Take it.
All right.
I think everybody agrees with you.
We're not going to sugarcoat it, but we're not going to flip our computers.
They're positive about it, so we have to be positive about it. And I can't wait to see where they show up in the future. I plan on any East Coast states that they end up at. I'm going to go.
Yeah, no question about it. Wherever they end up. I'm going to watch. No question about it.
Support, guys.
Yeah. If you guys didn't see it, Thornstowe was on the show and like for an hour. And like learning so much about these two, they're like the coolest dudes. And it's like, man, how do you? I mean, look, I'm not going to pretend to know about the business side of everything that why they got released, but that sucks. I felt like they never got the full fair shake either in the company, and I'm like, man, it's just a bummer. It's just a bummer they never got to have that full because he loved the company so much. Yeah. The way he's talking about it, he wasn't even at the tapings that night. He was on with us. And he's like, just that love he had. I'm like, man, you want people like that on your roster who just love working for you, And it's like, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So, yeah. I hope they get, here's that word, scooped. I hope they get scooped up from someone, I don't care if it's, maybe a smaller company like Ring of Honor who's trying to like rebuild, maybe someone like NWA or someone, they get the big break from, somewhere up north or somewhere down south. I don't care. I just hope somebody scoops them up, because they deserve it. They're 20 years plus running, whatever,
Yeah. I mean, dude, honestly, I hope somebody picks them up and then gives them the ball because I think they deserve it. So, we saw with the former Rascals last night. They had a huge run after leaving Impact. Like, it can happen. Sometimes
they're having a great start in NXT. They just became they picked up the vacant NXT Tag Team Championships at night one of a big takeover special thing. Yeah. NXT and Raw and SmackDown are both having their cumulative night 1 and night 2 specials. So yeah.
They, look, it is what it is. I just hope they end up on their feet. And yeah, a company like Ring of Honor could totally use them. No doubt about it. They're in like a rebuilding process. Take them. You want an experienced team who can get shit done. There's your tag team. Imagine Reno Scum against the Briscoes. Shit, yeah, I'll take that. Throw that on. I don't care. But so I would say this, guys, if you are fans of Reno Scum, support them in the meantime. They got t-shirts up, pro wrestling tees, their music. The Reno Scum theme song, which they sing. We put a link to it on our Twitter and everything. So seek it out, get it, download it, support. Just let them know they're still loved until they end up somewhere else. So show the love on for Adam Thornstowe and Lester, a legend. But anything else, Jay?
No, that's unless you got something. But we got an updated card. I'm waiting for it to pop up on the website.
We can hit it at the end if you want. If it's up on the website by the end of the show.
As far as like the hardcore justice,
you can just run through it.
Is it on? Oh, it looks like we got the updated card. We got
it. Run through real quick.
All right. So we got some of these names are you gotta chuckle at them a little bit, but it's okay. I love it. We got a Charlie legal match.
Charlie legal? What?
Chairs are legal. Okay, so
I like that. Charlie legal.
Who booked this?
Tommy Drew. Go ahead.
Tommy, that's it. Tommy Drew. Shira versus Hernandez. We've got a hardcore blindfold match. They called it something else.
Yeah, they call it blind core match. What do they call that match? They called it something else.
Yeah, Tommy's called it something. I forget what it was. But it's Brian Myers versus Jake something. That is some.
Did they make that after the eyes?
Yeah,
spot with him tonight. They called it after that. Wow.
Yeah.
They did it after, and they had a name for it. I'm putting the chat
blindfold. Jesus.
No, like he said it. He gave it a name, and then Brian Myers like, "What the hell is that?" He goes, "It's a blindfold match."
Blind. Oh, they call it like blind.
Blind games. That's
blind
it. Thank you.
Oh, blind games. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, Dead Punk. Blind games. It's a blind games match. And he's like, "What the hell's a blind games match?" He goes, "Blindfold match." But,
Okay. They didn't mention this one. This is
in the house.
Interesting. There you go. Doc Gallows with Carl Anderson versus Black Taurus.
Oh, they didn't mention. I didn't. That was not said on the show. I must have missed that. If that was said on the show.
No. So
that's such a random match.
Black Taurus with Decay. So that keeps Decay and the Good Brothers on the show in some form.
Okay. That's gonna be a good match, though.
Oh yeah.
Actually, yeah, it will be like it's weird. It's like
can go.
Yeah, to see it written out's weird, but it's like, man, that's gonna be a banger match too. I mean,
great showing for Black Taurus there.
Yeah.
Right on. With a veteran like good.
Oh, this was it.
That's right.
Ingrid says right here, this is why. Because Decay and Eddie mocked the Good Brothers in the locker room. That's what it was all leading up to. We were all wondering about it last week. Remember, we were like, why is Decay over there mocking them? Like, okay, it makes sense. Got it.
There we go.
That's cool. I like how all these matches kind of formed through a random storyline.
Brings it all together.
It's these weird, like, parallel dimensions that like lead up to Rebellion. Like, it's just like all this hardcore justice storyline going on here, but like the Rebellion storyline, but they're real parallel and they're all gonna meet. It's just it's brilliant how they can book two pay-per-views at once. It's awesome to me. I always love that. But go ahead.
And then we got a three-way tag. We got TJP with question mark, Ace Austin with question mark, and anyway, I thought it was Fulton and someone else. Because he kept saying I've got that night off.
But I don't think they officially put Fulton in. He was just there.
Well, no, that's the thing. I thought it was Fulton in question mark, and Ace had the night off.
That's what I thought.
I thought that's what. But anyways, the third one is Josh Alexander and question mark.
Who shot Bravo?
Who's
eternal question? Well, question mark. It's a question.
Who's on? Yeah, I mean, I tell you, Vacant's all over this pay-per-view.
All over the show. Vacant's gonna come out a winner here. All right, cool. What else we got?
We've got a weapons match, a number one contender knockouts weapons match. So far,
there's a lot going on in this show. There's nothing but gimmicks on this.
It's gimmicks, but it's fun, you know.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. There's nothing. None of this stinks, and some of it's a little, you can chuckle at it. But you got Jordynne Grace, not Jordynne Grace, Susan, Susan. But something's going on with Susan. We'll talk more about that later. Tenille, Dashwood, Havok, Rosemary, Alicia Edwards, and we might have some more surprises coming up because it looks like things are going to get a little wild.
Oh yeah, that was kind of more than confirmed today about Taylor.
Yeah,
about Taylor Wilde. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah. And then what's going to? I don't know if this is going to headline it. This should headline it if it's not. Title versus career match. Diana Perazzo putting her knockouts title on the line against Jazz.
Nice. Yep.
And I mean, in my opinion, that should absolutely headline this. But now we got a hardcore war. That's another one. So, there's a lot of rules to this. So, first of all, it's VBD. All of 4 members of VBD versus Team Dreamer, Tommy Dreamer, and 3 question marks. 3 vacants. Oh my God. I'm
guessing this is probably the match, or this is one of the matches Eric Young said he wrestled even after he got hurt. Because he was like, he wrestled 2 more times. And I'm guessing he's still wrestling in this. And then he blew his knee out. So
would it be Storm and Sabin filling in those spots with Dreamer?
I'd imagine, right? Like that's
because especially.
Are we Are we getting Chris Harris
It's
in
Chris
a ring?
Harris.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
That'd be badass, man.
What a year.
If Chris Harris comes back to team, holy shit, if I see the death sentence from AMW, like if they can pull off the death sentence in this match, I'm done. I'll retire on the weekend. That's it.
Huge pop.
Huge pop. But I loved it today, though, that whole thing in today. But go ahead, Joe. Anything else?
So it's a hardcore war. The rules here is 2 men start alone for 5 minutes. Every 2 minutes, a new man enters from alternate teams.
Okay.
The match cannot end until the final man has entered. After all 8 men have entered, the match is won by pinfall or submissions. No disqualifications. It's basically war games.
It's war games. It's war games.
It's hardcore war games.
Awesome. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Is that it for Hardcore Justice?
That is it.
All right.
If there's any more, my brain's gonna melt.
Daniel Spencer saying there's 2 added to Rebellion. Do you have those in front of you? You want to just mention those real quick, or we can wait?
Oh yeah. It's confirmed that. Crap. We're getting Cardona versus Myers
At Rebellion. Okay.
and come on.
Rebellion's really shaping up, man. Like this has become like a heavy show coming up here. This is gonna be pretty badass.
And just to remind people, we got Swann versus Omega, title versus title. Finn Juice versus Good Brothers, Impact Tag Team titles on the line. And okay, here's the X Division triple threat. We got TJP versus Ace Austin defending versus Josh Alexander.
Nice. Is that it?
That's going to be insane. Yeah, that's 2, 3, 4 matches so far.
So far, he's still got a couple of weeks. So cool. All right, you guys are all up to date on pay-per-view stuff. That's everything. All right. Anything else, Jay?
Oh, and it's also on my birthday. So.
And it's on his birthday. The
Oh.
25th is Jay's birthday.
So if anybody wants to buy me the pay-per-view,
you know it's gonna happen.
Just saying.
Someone's gonna do it now. You put it out. You put it out into the world, Jaybone. You put it into the universe, and someone's gonna answer it. Jaybone wants. So Jaybone is going for broke. And he's basically begging on this show. Jaybone, you're just basically begging for people to buy you a $40 pay-per-view. Have you no shame, Jaybone? What do they put in your arm today? You got no shame? You come out here in front of all the listeners that begging for people to buy you a pay-per-view? Come on, Jaybone.
I didn't read the label, but it's doing something. I might wake up with a third arm or tail or something. I don't know.
My God.
Jiminy Christmas.
My God. My God.
Maybe it's something in my coffee too.
Let's start off with BTI real quick. We'll mention the BTI match. Well, first off, Iceman did kind of hint about Taylor Wilde. We did get he kind of all but confirmed that. So that was one big news bit dropped on BTI. But the match was Jazz with Jordynne Grace and Susan. And the Susan segment, can we just talk about Susan backstage real quick?
Amazing.
The song. What she was like warming, it was like her pre-match dance, and it was like she was dancing like Elaine and on Seinfeld, and it was like, what were the lyrics of this song? Does anybody remember? They were like,
I don't remember.
I'm a powerful woman. I have it all or something.
Was mesmerized by this whole scene, and I feel like that's how I'm gonna start warming up before working out.
It ranked right up there with "I'm a sexy boy." You know, it's
basically she was like, she just reminds like of these basically Susan / Karens who are totally stiff, but like when they really want to get down, man, when the girls go out to Chili's on that weekend, they leave the kids with the husbands and they get wild. All the Karens get wild at Chili's for margarita night. This is how they act, and this is it. And it was awesome. I just could not. The fucking lyrics of this song had me going. You have to listen to the song. And somebody found it. Slipped my mind. Somebody tweeted to me. They're like, "Gotta play it on TNI tonight." I'm like, "We can't because we get a copyright strike." But you guys have to. You guys have to listen to the song. It's amazing. Good. It's so ridiculous. But,
so good.
Jazz did win. She got the win because she smashed Susan into the stairs. Those 2 stairs spots tonight. It was this one and the Jake something stairs thing.
I called it though. I don't know if anybody saw my post on Twitter, but
what'd you say?
That headshot, something wicked comes this way comes with that headshot. And
yeah. Now it makes sense. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because she hit her head and she was like loopy. Because it was like I don't want to say a flat finish, but it was kind of like quiet because like she hit her head and it was like she was just out.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck happened?
Did
Like, that's
she really
it.
get knocked out, or what happened?
Right, right.
I feel like with Sue, whenever something serious happens to her head, it starts getting blurry for her.
Totally ties. I didn't even think about that until just now. That like that's exactly what they played into later on in the show. That totally is it. That's awesome. That was fun.
Right.
Okay,
So
cool.
she got pregnant last week too. And
Right.
that's when I started noticing. Right.
Did not even put that together until just now. Good call, Alicia. Awesome. I liked it. I mean, you can't go wrong. Anything with Susan in it, I'm in. Especially if she keeps. Now, my only worry now is I'm like she goes back to Sue, and then we lose Susan. I love Susan. Susan is the shit. Like Susan needs to stay. I just wanted to play all three characters on the show. That'd be the best. But Jay, any opinion on that? Anything you take on that? You were doing the watch along.
Sorry, I was just looking at something. No, you're talking about the match between Susan and Jazz. Yeah, Susan looked good here, but Jazz, this is just warm up for Jazz for her championship match.
Basically, yeah. No, it was just fun. The whole tie-in now I really like seeing that how it's gonna turn into her knocking her head and getting reminded of who she was and shit. But okay, cool. Then we kick it off. We go, so it was knockouts to knockouts. Then the opening match was Jordynne Grace, Jess Havok, and Rosemary with Decay in her corner taking on Tenille, Dashwood, Kaleb in her corner, Nevaeh and Alicia Edwards. So that's pretty cool. So we go from BTI having a knockouts feature to opening the show with the knockouts. Mm-hmm. But this was really more focused on Havok and Nevaeh. I think the whole focus was Havok and Nevaeh on this. So I don't know. Alicia, any take on this? I mean, they're really I think that's going to end up on Rebellion. I hope it ends up on Rebellion, I think.
You're definitely right on that note. I feel like this match was used to kind of set up a couple of things. Off the top of my head, I can't think about it because it went by in a blur. I'd have to watch it again and give a statement later on. But it just looked good, and I really like the direction that they're going with the rivalry between Havok and Nevaeh. It's just going to get heated up from here.
Yeah.
Like they're willing to think of it this way. They're willing to put their bodies on the line to mess with each other. So this is only going to get escalated from here. And I love it.
I want to know if they're like really going to invest more time into building it. Cause I liked it. Like Nevaeh is the heel, right? She's kind of like she's the mean one. She turned on Havok. I want more out of this though. I think this could be a really cool feud if you do it right.
Yes.
And plus, I think it's cool for Nevaeh to get her first like solo breakout on TV. This will be nice.
She's really going to be able to showcase herself as a singles because she's a great singles competitor too. You guys just go look up her work. She's got over a decade of great matches to showcase.
That's the thing. People don't like. A lot of people didn't know about her prior to this, right? They think she did.
That's a shame.
Yeah, she has a huge career prior to this. Like she's been around a long time. Alicia was saying like 10 years. Yeah, she was basically in Shimmer like from the beginning, so she knows what she's doing out there.
Guys, she tag teamed with Madison Rain for years. Think of it that way.
That's right.
Yeah.
What was their tag team name? Oh my god, I totally forgot.
It escapes me right this minute, but
it was something like kitschy. It wasn't. I keep on saying the Minnesota Home Wrecking Crew, but that was a different tag team in Shimmer. It was oh my god, who remember? Anybody in the chat remembers Madison and Nevaeh's tag team? I'm totally blanking on this. But they were fun too. They were good. But no, she's just always been in a tag team. That's like now it's like, okay, let's go solo. Let's break her on TV. And like I want to see her get the monster push.
Yeah.
Kim, wait, by the way, where the hell is Kim? Was Kim on the show today?
She's injured.
Oh, she is injured.
I don't know if it's storyline, real life, but
so that was legit. Oh shit.
Yeah. Can't wait to have her back though, man. She's gonna be dropped into some dope ass storylines when she comes back.
I do miss her, like next, like with Diana. I felt it.
It's noticeable, yeah.
I definitely felt it. I was like, man, we are missing Kimberly. Like she's that good. Like she's the muscle, you know. I liked it.
The duo of Kimberly and Deonna Purrazzo are priceless. And then you throw Susan in the mix, and it just makes it even more entertaining. So yeah, she is missed. I haven't heard anything as far as what
the injury is or anything.
No clue.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, man. She like when that injury list went out, when like Eric Young got announced as injured, and then to somebody else, and then like Kimberly also. I was like, really? Wait, when did this happen? So I don't know. Well, no, so this was really cool. The ending, I thought the whole setup for everybody kind of broke into their own individual feuds, which I liked. But then Rosemary hits the red wedding on Alicia and got the win on this one. But Alicia had a quote earlier this week about how she's like, I'm sick of being taken lightly, and I want to be a threat in the knockouts division. There was some, I don't know if she gave an interview or something, but the Impact Wrestling News Twitter account, who's a great Twitter account, by the way, guys, the Impact Wrestling News and Updates. There's two of them, and I'll plug them in a second. I'll give you the exact handles, but they're really good. But it put something out about that a quote that Alicia put out, like how she's like, I'm always underrated.
I saw that, yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah, it was like
I
something.
did.
I was like, I wonder if this is kind of turning into something. So talking
It
Impact.
might. Fingers crossed. Let's get that girl on a winning streak. Man.
She needs
I love
something.
Lish.
She needs something. She's really, everybody likes her. So like she needs something.
I said this during the watch along. She looked amazing in this 3-on-3. She really did.
She's really upped her game, man. She really has. Talking Impact is the Impact Wrestling News Twitter account. They're awesome, like super cool. I know he's listening. Listens every week. Thank you very much. The Instagram, always like sharing Impact related Instagram updates as well. And then Impact Updates _ is the Impact Wrestling Updates Twitter account. They're also great too. But Impact Wrestling News always has some really, really cool breaking stuff. So go follow them on all the socials. But you know, something hit me on this. Rosemary's finisher is the red wedding, right? And then Su Young's was the kill switch.
Yes.
From a name point of view, doesn't it make sense for them to have like switch names, like for their finishers?
I see what you mean, but I get where they got their finisher ideas from. I actually wanted to bring up a point with the Rosemary and Su Young thing, because Sue is kind of starting to reflect back, and Rosemary won this match tonight, so that's obviously going to start directing her towards the title picture. Will their stories collide down the road? And I don't know if anybody saw this, but Havok has been making some interesting posts in regards to her being from the undead realm, and not connecting with humans, kind of thing. Like verbatim, that's not what she said. But
wait, Havok said this?
Yeah, look up her Twitter. She's been making interesting posts, and so will their stories collide in the main title picture pretty soon? Because I always feel like when they delve into that area, those three are the three that mainly come up, you know, because they're all from it.
Yeah, we tend to forget, like I don't want to say forget about the undead realm, but like because it's like there's so much has happened since.
So far removed, exactly.
Damn, that's interesting.
And Rosemary, I don't know if I've ever seen her do this before. She did a F5 as a finisher tonight.
Well,
Has she done that before?
Well, they said it was the red wedding.
Oh.
So what am I missing there?
What? I gotta rewatch it, man.
No, I mean, just so they call that the red wedding? Like, am I new to this, or am I just been missing this?
That's what I was doubting myself, because I was like, why does she have the red wedding when Su Young's the undead bride, and Su Young has the kill switch? But then again,
Ingrid says that's her old red wedding finish. Okay, so the red wedding isn't F5. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen her do it in a long time.
She hasn't done it in a while. That's the thing. It's been a while.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of just revitalizing it. So that's good. That's good.
But again, I was like, shouldn't the undead bride have the red wedding, and then Rosemary should have the kill switch because she kills people?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, am I crazy? I was like, wait a minute, is we backwards here for something?
It makes sense, but
maybe I'm just overthinking this. But no, that was but the Havok thing is interesting. I want to look back at Havok's Twitter though. She's setting that up. That's that's neat. Ingrid's already called me out on Twitter because I took a picture with John E. Bravo at AAW this past weekend, and I let Ingrid know that I took that picture when I was supposed to be working. Then she called me a lazy bastard in public, by the way, on Twitter. So, but so yeah, we'll see where they're setting this up, because I want to know how they tie in all this. Yeah, especially with Sue getting those hints back. What did she say?
You tagged her.
I did tag her. I did tag her. No, I did. That's what I'm saying. I tagged you to let you know that I was supposed to be working.
What a maroon.
What a maroon.
I do need that picture autograph though.
Definitely will.
Like,
I will definitely. I should sell that as 8x10s and really drive this home.
You need to make a 16x20 of that picture and hang it above your bed, a la Johnny Swinger style.
Jaybone, if you want to pull that picture up and just show the if anybody who hasn't seen it, it's a great photo actually.
Oh hell yeah!
While you're setting up, let's talk real quick. Gia Miller was with Matt Cardona backstage. We talked about he just found out Brian Myers rejected the match proposal from last week, and Cardona said, "I'm fine with it. I didn't come here to fight him. I really don't want to like mess with him. I'm sick of it, to be honest." And then he goes from that to announce that he's got a match. He's got a match tonight against Jake something. This is me and John, capital E period Bravo. That's it from AAW this past week. He looked thrilled. He was super thrilled.
You look exuberated, bro. Like,
oh, I was super excited. So this is great. I'm doing this on the clock. And he was like, "What are you doing?" He was getting his photo taken, popping his collar. He's looking great. Makeup, hair, everything was being done. Checked his handkerchief, and I was like, "Hey, John, what's going on?" And I told the photographer, "You want to keep your goddamn job? You'll take this photo right now." So we took it. So that's the photo. I'll be selling 8x10s of those guys for the low price of $29.95 with only my autograph on there. Alicia can have them for free though.
Holy crap.
Premium, Jaybone. You don't think the photos of me and Bravo come out all the time? This is the collector's item. $30 shipped. I'll do it shipped. $30. Jaybone, you gonna buy one? Alicia gets a free one. You don't get a free one.
yeah, free one.
That son of a bitch.
So it's Cardona and Jake something later time. Okay, now we get the teaser with the Let's Get Wild. So we get the Taylor Wilde teaser right here. So they even showed her, like they showed her face, right?
I
like,
didn't see her face. I just saw like her hair and the lipstick.
It was like half a face, like when she was walking away.
But when they said "Let's Get Wild," it's like, well, it's Taylor Wilde.
Yeah. How does everybody feel about that? I want to know in the chat.
Excited.
Yeah.
Excited because I love Taylor Wilde, man.
When was the last time she was in Impact? I'm trying to think what year that was.
I want to. Oh shit! You're asking me this.
At least 10 years. I got
years
at least
are
10.
never my forte. I want to say like 14 or 15. Drew, like, wasn't like Drew Galloway and all that still around when?
No, I think she was gone
before?
prior to that. She was definitely gone prior to that. It's been a bit, so I think this has to be at least 8 to 10 years that she's been around.
Either way, it's long awaited, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're saying.
Oh, so I was way off. Sorry.
2010.
Yeah, it's been 10 plus years.
In wrestling, sometimes like if you're not a date person, like it all blurs together.
Yeah, no shit.
Like what was 8 years ago was yesterday for me, to be honest. Like when David Arquette won the world championship belt at WCW.
She's like, yeah, I remember like a couple years ago, right? It's like, no, 20, 22
22
years
when that happened, dude. Like
22 years ago. Holy shit. And you were there live. That's crazy.
I was there. I high-fived them. Like it was awesome.
That's awesome. But Taylor Wilde coming back. So she's a former Knockouts champion, she's a former Knockouts tag team champion. She's actually a really decorated champion in Impact.
Yep.
I think I'm trying to remember why she started. I know she became a firefighter at one point. She's in Canada, kind of did like the whole other career. And then she came back in with a podcast, and all the teases started about her wrestling again. So that's awesome. So she's coming back. Question is now, where does she go? Like, what's the fit? Because it's like a punk rock gimmick. That's what they're kind of going with. Like she's got the whole.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, she didn't really do that before, did she? I don't mean,
no,
it's all blurry to me from 10 years ago. But
she had more of like a patriotic type gimmick, which was weird because she was Canadian, but it almost seemed like it was an American patriot type gimmick.
I don't know if she had that kind of gimmick. I just thought she wore like a sailor style outfit.
Was that what
it was cute and like pin-up-y kind of.
Oh, that was it was just more. I thought it seemed more like patriotic. Okay,
kind of chick. That's what the vibe I always got from her. I could be wrong though.
I always thought it was like patriotic or
Rockabilly.
something. I could be wrong too. I don't even know, but now it's like a punk rock thing. So maybe. I mean, I'm not really sure if that's kind of part of her. Huh? What's that?
Just wild.
Yeah, she's wild, but it's like all this punk rock, like lettering and shit. So I'm wondering if that's kind of what
looks like she's in a CBGB bathroom.
Yeah, which is a very dirty bath. I've been in that bathroom before they closed down. It was horrific. But
is that like me once getting busy in a Burger King bathroom?
Absolutely not, Jaybone. I don't even want to know what that story is. I prefer you never speak of that again. It sounds like it's worse than the Checkers story with you. We are all scarred from even just that little tease, Jaybone.
Well, that was another hit and run.
Jesus,
I have seen that penis.
My God, Jay.
Sorry.
What's with you and fast food like shenanigans? What happens to you in fast food restaurants, Jaybone?
It's old school hip hop was my inspiration. I was a bad boy.
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
Me either. Flashbacks. We go backstage after this, and that's where we get the Sue tease, right? The tease now. I've taken that hit. She's kind of like Dr. Ross is there, and he's like, Sue, we're here to help you with your injury. She's like, she doesn't know what's going on. When he says, I'll see you now, she's like starts flashing back and kind of like twitching a little bit, like the hint of like she's spacey. And then Dr. Ross says, he's like, Sue, tell Susan, your time has come to like see him. And she like all of a sudden it turns into like the voice and the I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? So the flashbacks have started. It's officially happening.
I thought that he said something specific that triggered her.
He said your time has come.
Oh yeah.
He's like Susan, your time has come, like for her appointment or whatever, and like she freaks out. So Sue Young coming back. How does everybody feel about that? The chat, I want to hear what everybody thinks. How do you guys feel about Susan or turning back into Sue Young? Or did you want Susie back? You know, who's your preferred version of Sue? Go ahead, Jay.
What if it's like a hot mess? What if we get like the undead bride with, you know, in the Karen suit with the poodle skirt? I don't know, you know, a little bit of mix everything, and she comes back all weird, like she doesn't know what she's doing,
like a Frankenstein Sue.
Oh my God, Suzia. Suzanne Young.
Oh, this would be Suzette.
Suzette.
Oh, no. Suzette. So it's a hot mix of everything. Yeah.
No, Suzette would have to be like a 50s, like a pink lady from the Grease. That'd be Suzette. Oh my God, that should be the next one where she's like a pink lady.
Is that when they give that woman an assignment, she understands it.
I just imagine that she just like method acts it all the way home. Like when she's like, all right, well, I guess I got to be a Karen. This is it now.
Actually, if it's Suzette, then she's got to be like it would be like ranking right up there with Johnny Swinger. It'd be like the 80s workout outfit with the
that's more of a Suzette. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Leg warmers with the tights and the body suit, the neon color headband.
Oh my God, I'll take it. Like Swinger and Suzette. That'd be an amazing tag team.
It would totally fit with what she was, whatever dance thing she was doing. You know,
dude, the dance is so under. If you guys haven't seen the dance, I think Jay, you could share the dance. You could share the dance on here if we show that through their Twitter.
I'll glad. Oh, you mean
I would share it here. I would show it here just because we're talking
it right now, Jaybone.
Yeah, I should go reenact the Jaybone. Can you do the Susan
the toe steps?
Oh my God! Jay, please find the clip. Good. Just play it through their Twitter, because then we won't get taken down for that one. You guys have. If anybody missed this, you have to see this. This is like unbelievable. Because the song was just like, "I'm a woman with power. I got all the power for a woman." Like it was just like this self-empowering shit. Like she's just fucking. I'm gonna goddamn take over. I got this shit. You know, like don't worry about me. I'm in the zone.
It's
the kids are at the babysitters. I don't give a fuck right now. Like that's what that was. You got it, Jay?
Well, it's coming.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
I'm going to speak to everyone's manager.
Everyone's manager. Give me the manager's manager. I don't give a shit. Let me talk to my manager. You don't have a manager. I don't give a fuck. I'll call my mother right now if I have to. It's so good. While Jay's looking for that, I'm going to just set up the next match. It's Cardona and Jake something. So sound off on your thoughts on that one. That's going to be the next one we talk about. After
I'm seeing 1,000 retweets of the Taylor Wilde promo. So
yeah, it's in there. It's down there. You got to look for a little bit because it was early in the show. But Cardona, yeah. So guys, give me your thoughts while Jay's looking for that. Cardona and Jake something. This got set up tonight. This was it's a nice spot for Jake. You know, I think it's good for Jake. It was good for Cardona to kind of get away from some stuff. But I got some opinions on or as Jay would say, opinions. I love the way Jay says opinions. He really emphasizes. Anybody notice this? You always say opinions.
I never noticed that.
I always say, I was like, it's like in my personal opinion, and I'm like, I love
he's
that.
from Wisconsin.
It's Wisconsin. It always sounds so dignified the way he says, in my personal opinion. And I'm like, here I am, just like a schmuck, just going opinion. I got an opinion about this.
I am the most professional podcaster.
All
right, here we
got
go.
it. All right, we're gonna share the Susan dance. You guys have to see this. This is fantastic.
This is gonna blow. This is gonna blow Tic Tac up.
Tic Tac. This should be on Tic Tac. All right,
Here we go.
Here it is. Oh my god.
Oh, mute it.
Trust me, I am Susan. Trust me, I am Susan.
Susan.
Yeah.
Wait, there's more. Oh, there was more. She goes back to it. I love the lyric. I'm a powerful woman. I always get what I want. Like, what a great song.
Amazing.
Oh God, that needs to go on TikTok. How do you submit a video to TikTok? I don't know. Nicole's in here. She knows all about TikTok. She's got.
I've got some extra gum on a shelf over here. I don't have Tic Tacs though.
Take it easy, Jim.
My phone always autocorrects TikTok to TikTok.
TikTok, always, every time, every time.
See, I'm not the only one, Trent.
No, that always tells me that I have no business being on TikTok.
TikTok, oh, yikes!
Good for you.
No, none of us need to be on TikTok.
Except Kyle. Kyle is of age.
Kyle loves TikTok. Nicole is all about TikTok. She loves her TikTok too. She's all about it. Nurse loves her and loves TikTok. There's some, and I get. What's that?
Does she have a TikTok?
She does have one.
Does she TikTok?
She talks. She does talk on there.
That's cool.
If she wants to share her TikTok, she can put it in the chat.
Yeah,
she wants to share
it.
Yeah, post it, Nicole, if you want to share your TikTok in the chat. All right,
can you view it if you don't have TikTok?
You can view it if somebody sends you a link. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody will send you a link to the individual video. That's how I watch it.
Okay.
So
Swag fan says tic tac toe. Now I'm just confused.
All right, take it easy. All right, let's talk Cardona and Jake something. This was it was two big dudes. Mark texted me during this and he's like, I really gotta watch this back with more detail because this is like too big. Because we forget like Cardona's a big ass dude too. Like he's a giant guy actually. So this was two big guys like beating the shit out of each other, which I liked. It was a DQ though because the finish was weird because Brian Myers comes out and he attacks Jake, and he sends Jake into the stairs, another stair spot. So, but they're implying that Jake's eye got taken out here. So my thing was, I don't know, I was confused on this. I'm like, why did he take out Jake? Because afterwards he challenges Cardona at Rebellion.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why'd you take out Jake's eye though? I was thinking, I'm like,
having a blindfold match this weekend.
Yeah, but like, is Jake involved in any of this? You know, that was my only thing. It's like, where does Jake fall into this? You took out Jake's eye. So my thought was, and in the chat, sound off on what you guys think about the finish too. But I'm gonna ask you guys. So I was like, okay, so he takes out Jake's eye. Cardona wins by DQ, and then I was like, okay. Then he challenges. Like, I'll take your challenge at Rebellion. But like, wouldn't it have made more sense if he took out Cardona's eye? And then Jake won or whatever it was, you know. So he took out. So I was thinking, like, take out Cardona. Then it's like they're both one-eyed bandits, right? Now it's like now we have a blindfold match because we both got one good eye. So the finish is weird. So I'm like, where does Jake fall into all this? So I don't know.
Jake's only got one eye.
Jake's got one eye. What is he supposed to do now? Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, so Myers is going to have to cough up one of his patches and give it to Jake something for his his good eye that he has, because his other eye is bad. That's how he's always going to be
Patches
blind.
for $10.
Take something eye patches soon available on
ShopImpact.com.
There we go. You
They
get
just
an
say-
eye patch. You get an eye patch.
They just say
and you get an eye
something is wrong with my
I
eye.
might have to get that.
That Jake something
That
eye
Jake
patch.
something eye patch.
It's gonna be funny if Jake's like, my first piece of merch on Shop Impact is an eye patch. Because like it just says something's wrong with my eye on the eye patch.
Dear God.
Actually, that'd be a funny eye patch to have. Like, just you can have plain pirate eye patch, or you can have something's wrong with my eye. People are like, oh, okay, got it. I don't have to ask you what happened. I know something's wrong with your eye.
Just read this. Something is wrong with you.
So what everybody think in the chat? What do you guys think of this match? Is it the finish? Does it make sense? Because we're also thinking like where does Jake go from here now? I'm like, what do you took out Jake's side? Does he back up Cardona? Does he stay involved in this whole story? I hope he does. Because like it's like then your eye, I don't want him to lose his eye for nothing. So I don't know. I'm like, I hope he does something out of this. Yeah, Alicia, you look shocked. What happened? I thought she froze for a second.
No, I kind of got caught up. DMX died.
DMX died?
Yeah, I just saw a thing on Twitter saying he's passed away.
Really? He had a heart attack this weekend, right?
I didn't hear anything about it.
He was in a coma from a drug overdose. So
Oh, is that what it was?
yeah. It wasn't looking good. He was in a vegetative state over the last few days. They were said his kids and everybody related to him were going to visit him.
No
say their
shit.
goodbyes. Yeah, it wasn't looking. As soon as they said he was in a vegetative state after a drug overdose, it's like, nah, he's not coming back.
I had no idea. No idea whatsoever.
So yeah, pour one out for DMX this weekend. Yeah,
That
rest in
sucks,
peace.
man. That really stinks.
Sad.
Ooh, I was putting the wrong date up there. That's the right date. I was putting the wrong show date banner up on the on the thing earlier today. So we gotta get rid of some of those old ones there. That's the right one there. 4/8/21. My bad, everybody. But damn, rest in peace, DMX, man.
Yeah.
Shit. That's crazy.
Sad to hear that. That's really sad.
I heard he had fallen on some like rough times, though, right? Like, wasn't he like?
He was,
Like
he was in rehab a few times over the last.
Like, yeah, like blew all of his money and stuff. Like I heard like I didn't know. I was like, man, I thought he was still like on still a pretty good falling or anything. I had no idea he had fallen off that bad. Man, rest in peace to DMX.
Yeah.
Definitely a
Stay
rapper
away from
morning.
drugs, kids. Stay away
Shit.
from drugs.
Bummer. Total bummer.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
But
Sorry.
yeah, no, it's definitely they'll throw you off. That's for sure. That was
I didn't anticipate that, so yeah, sorry.
no for sure.
Where did we leave off? Sorry, guys.
No worries at all. So yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
so where does Jake go now from here? That's my only question. It's a good match. I just don't want to lose his momentum, so we'll find out what happens to Jake.
We say that. I feel, and I say this, but they'll do something cool with him.
I want it to be for something, like him taking his eye taken out. Like something should come of that. I feel like I'm using the word. I feel like I'm saying something way too often here. But go ahead, Jay.
It's all surrounding Cardona versus Myers. And unfortunately, Jake something is kind of stuck in it just to kind of keep everything going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because somebody's got to have something to do at Hardcore Justice.
Doesn't it feel awkward saying something in like the other context, but like we're talking about Jake something, and then like you're trying to think of another word to use there because you're like, I don't want to keep saying the word something over and over, but I have no other word for the word something. Jake something.
We need a synonym for something.
We need to see like a thesaurus sitting over here. So we'll see. I'm going to be patient on this. I just don't want Jake to lose any momentum. I think he's in a good spot, hanging with like Sabin and Storm. It's like, all right, let's keep him here because I just don't want him to fall off. So XXXL finds Trey backstage and teases him before the match, and they're like, oh, look who it is. It's our opponent tonight in the tag team match. And he's like, oh, don't you guys watch the show? What a shame. You guys get paid enough. You don't even watch the show that you're on. He's like, no, I'm not gonna team with Sammy. You guys must have missed the message. I'm not teaming with him. Bottom line. And you know, he kind of snaps at him, and then they kind of laugh at him a little bit. So a little mockery before their tag team match. So basically, we're getting the idea that Trey is not teaming with Sammy. It's not happening. He's just not giving into this shit. But the setup you kind of got here, which I love the logic in the writing, because like later on when Trey does come out, I love that Stryker does say, like, you know, he's not here for Sammy, he's here for himself. And it's because the tieback is like XXXL mocked him. So it's like those little details, right? Like he wasn't going to come out to help Sammy, but you put in a little thing right here where XXXL is like, you fucking pussy. And, you know, he's like, you know, fuck you guys or whatever. So he's mad at them, basically, is what it is. That's why he's coming out. So I like that they dropped a little hint an hour before, and it's like, cool, here you go. Here's your logic. So it was a perfect setup. I think that's the kind of stuff there's a little details that like I feel so many wrestling companies forget to put in that Impact's fantastic at. Just those little tie-in details. We go right from that to Violent by Design, and they're talking about the loss from last week, Eric Young. He's talking about just how, yeah, he did lose, but they're going to carry the message forward. And he says tonight, Diener did fail many times. He goes, tonight he's not going to fail against Chris Sabin. But if he does fail, there's going to be consequences. So at this point, I'm thinking like Diener is already like at risk of being out. But we see how that ties in later on. So
Right.
But they look cool. Am I crazy? Like Design by Design look awesome though. Like the four of them, actually, they're a cool looking group though.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Alicia.
I was just gonna say they're like a pack of hyenas, man.
Dude, they look cool. They look cool, man. I do like the look, the t-shirt, like the image is cool. It's like veterans, not super old, like they're really strong veterans who can all go pretty much.
Oh yeah. I saw this earlier today as I was making dinner before the watch along. Rhino did a great little interview with WrestleZone on their socials. You can see it on their YouTube or whatever. And he actually talked about how much it actually makes sense to join Violent by the Design right now, because it gives him a chance to let out some of that old school ECW Rhino out. So yeah, it just makes sense, and that's not a bad thing. You know, he's a well-known veteran that he's well respected. He can still go, and this just kind of gives him a little. He talked about always being somebody's heater, like all the way back to Christian and Edge days. You know, he was their heater, and it's like, all right, so now he's Eric's heater, and he, you know, being with guys like Diener and Joe Doring, they're no slouches. You know, it's not a bad thing. So
yeah, I one cool thing, Alicia, we noticed on Throwback was a Kid Cash Jay who was wearing a T-shirt that said "I am Violent by Design" back in 2003.
It was Violent by Design tour, so it was like a band, somebody's band shirt. Yeah,
it was Jedi Mind Tricks. It was that was their album.
Oh wow!
Remember them, Alicia? Did you remember them, Alicia? Because nobody, I called this out the other day. And it's like, who? I'm like, no, Jedi.
I don't know.
No, they were like a hip hop group in the early 2000s. They were pretty popular.
What are they called? Mind Tricks?
Jedi Mind Tricks.
If I heard them, I'd probably maybe.
I think you would. I forgot the name of their hit, but like Jedi. But that was their. So Kid Cash in 03 was wearing a T-shirt that said "I am Violent by Design." So it was an interesting little tie-in. So totally unrelated, but it was funny to see that on Throwback.
Yeah.
But see, Brandon knows. Brandon's found, but he knows he does Jedi Mind Tricks. Cult Fall, like super underground, like not super underground, but like underground enough that it was like they had some hits, but they weren't like DMX level hip hop popular, you know.
Okay, boomer.
Oh fuck, Jaybone hitting me with that. How dare you, man? It's funny. It's funnier because it's your face. It makes sense. All right, so XXXL taking on Sami, Callihan, and Trey and Miguel. I still pop for the camera shake when XXXL walks out. Like the whole like as Acey's walking, it's like the shaking camera. That little detail is so cool to me. But Larry D looks fucking great, by the way. Can I just keep saying this? Larry D looks amazing.
He's ripped, man.
He is jacked, dude. Like he looks so good. I am so impressed with how he's just transforming himself every week. He looks so good. But it was cool to see after what happened with Reno Scum this week. I liked seeing an original Impact tag team on the show tonight. I was like, okay, it's one of ours. It's a homegrown team. I got no heat. Of course, I love the Good Brothers. I like Finjuice. I think they're doing a great job with this whole thing, but we're low on tag teams right now. Like, we're super low, especially OG tag teams. And Reno Scum being us, like, okay, we got XXXL. They're like one of our few remaining OG tag. Like, who do we got? Like, can we just run this down? Him in the chat want to run this down too. Who do we have for tag teams? Like, actual tag teams right now. It's Good Brothers, Finjuice, XXXL.
Storm and Sabin.
Storm and Sabin, who are kind of like a makeshift, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of throw them together team.
Beer guns.
Beer guns is so then Violent by Design is kind of another. It's like you're a faction who happens to team up every now and then.
Right. Who are capable of being a tag team.
Yeah, and they've actually come out and said that we are a tag team.
Okay, that was going to be my next question: is have they come out and just stated, or are they just a team, like a duo kind of thing?
Who's this?
Ace and Fulton.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh God, then who else?
That's the thing. There's no like real.
I guess Sammy and Trey are a tag team, or I guess that's where they're trying to push that.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like it's shit.
Steve and Taurus,
who are part of Decay. It's like I look at them more as a faction who happens to team up to have matches, right? Is it
just me, or are there a lot of factions forming?
There's a lot of factions lately. Yeah, holy shit, we got Violent by Design, Decay.
I believe TJP and Fall Out are split as a tag team. They're both singles competitors now.
They should go back to after TJ's done with this whole thing. Like, team them back up.
I mean, because they never really officially gave him a split up, right? They just kind of parted ways quietly, kind of thing.
That was it. It just kind of like he went into solo stuff, and then Fall kind of got into money problems. Like, Fall hard times.
You can't forget about this one.
I want my pizzles back.
Good one too.
You got Swinger and the Swingerettes.
That's a triple. That's a triple team.
That could be the most dangerous one of all.
That is the most dangerous faction. They run a casino.
Casino's great. The house always wins at that casino, man.
The house
Seriously.
always wins.
Always wins at that casino.
That's right, Daddy.
But what I meant, guys, was like more actual, like, just teams. They're not part of a faction. They're like XXXL is XXXL. That's the team.
You know,
like Reno Scum they were the team.
True.
Good Brothers are the team. We need some more.
The North.
Yeah, the North was the North, right? That's the team. It's not like there's 3 or 4 of them and 2 happen to team up every now and then, kind of thing. I just want more of that. Oh, it's old school. It's like an old school. And I'll tell you what. At one time, Impact was really heavy on tag teams, and I know you have to shift focuses, rosters and stuff, but I get it because the tag titles being in Japan and Finjuice and all that. It's kind of over here right now, so you're not like, it's like we'd rather get
not
maybe
in the
more
forefront. Right?
It's on the forefront, right? It's like it's doing its thing and building bridges around the world right now. I know come here, but it's not like it's not an inner company thing right now. Mm-hmm. So I get it. Like I'll be fine.
It's a perfect time to just kind of move shit around.
Exactly, it's a perfect time just to, like, you know what. Let's let a couple more teams form up, on the indies. Maybe we'll sign a couple new guys. Maybe some people get released. I feel like the besties are still floating out there. That's a team I feel like the besties can jump right into Impact like tomorrow. So what's that?
Ingrid said technically Heath and Rhino, and Heath still wants Rhino to call him.
That's not happening. It's definitely not happening.
Yeah, if you listen to that interview that Rhino did, he's pretty much... No, that ain't happening. He's with Violent by Design now, and he said it's not up to him if Heath has a place with them in Violent by Design. He goes, that's up to someone else. So.
I do believe that Heath is going to come back and win back his friend.
Turn him back to the good side.
Turn him back to the good side. He's be like, "Come on, man."
Like, come on, man. I'm broke.
Come on, man. I need a job.
I'm broke,
all
man.
All he's gonna do is sprinkle a little, something on his hair and make him like, greasy Rhino again.
It ain't no secret. I need a job.
That's
I
what it is.
probably should follow more people on Twitter, Ingrid. I'm sorry. I don't seek people out.
Yeah, I think you just have to, like, as they come up in like your feed.
Exactly. Oh, hey, that person exists on Twitter. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I will say, our new friend Michael Cavaccini, who's the author of the book, that the TNA and Impact book coming out, who we spoke to on Tuesday, he just interviewed Rhino last night too for a piece of the book. That, I gotta say, the people he's interviewed is fascinating to me. Like Jarrett, Dixie, like he got to talk to Dixie.
Big names. Wow.
He got the big dogs, man. He got like Jay, what was it tell us? He got like the head of Spike TV talk to him. All like, it was wacky. Like, you guys are listening to this interview. It was
a lot of the
crazy.
behind the scenes people that you really don't hear about, but that would like know certain things as far as what happened back then. So it's all going to be pieced together over the course of the next couple of years. Which is, he said, it's actually going to turn into 2 books. Folks, if you have the chance, go check out at least the first portion of the throwback. If you're not into throwbacks, we get it. It's kind of a niche thing. But go check out that interview. It was actually a really nice half an hour with Michael Cavaccini.
Yeah, it was really interesting. But yeah, to move on. Okay, so we got Sami Callihan and Trey taking on XXXL. That was interesting because Trey's music plays, he doesn't come out. So you're like, he's not coming. He's not coming. So they play it again. Oh, it stops. Sammy's kind of just laughing, mocking, and then it plays again. Then Trey does come out. But the body language was he comes out and he turns his back to Sami right away. So he's like, I'm not here. Again, I'm not here for you. I'm here to deal with these guys who mocked me earlier. So, and this match I think was great. This was Trey has like the whole passion thing. I think is like it's the perfect story because he gets to really display like a really intense style now too. So he was intense, man. I think Sammy looked good too. Everybody, XXXL, everybody looked great in this match. I'm not gonna say anybody was weak in this one. They definitely pulled it out. Trey and Sammy do win because Trey puts Larry D in and it was a submission, right? It was like what was that? It was kind of like I don't remember what that submission was. It was awesome though. Like he tapped out Larry D, which I thought was
it was something new to his arsenal. Yeah. I forget if they called it like a dragon fart or something. A dragon something.
What?
Dragon fart?
Dragon fart? What?
No, that was a shot I did a long time ago. Never mind.
Yikes. No, it was interesting because it was like it's to Trey, the whole passion thing, intensity. I love that. I mean, it's a different kind of Trey, but then he just walks off, like doesn't cheer, doesn't hang out. Sammy walks right off. It's
hourglass lock.
Hourglass. That's it. That's what it was.
Close. Yeah.
Thank you, Dead Punk. No, I remember. You're right because the name is cool. An hourglass lock. I thought that's a really cool name.
That's kind of like a dragon fart.
Almost. Like close enough, Jay. No, it's a cool name too, but. It's Sammy wanted to be Trey's mentor. So, yeah, Alicia, you're right. They're basically leading this up to like them being a tag team. But I noticed one thing though. Stryker mentioned OVE on this show. He's like, Sammy led OVE to tag team. He's a former world champion. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So they haven't mentioned OVE and they act like OVE was. It's almost like it doesn't exist in some ways, you know. Like they barely talk about OVE, so it's kind of interesting to hear that. But we'll see. This is a developing story. I don't know if there's going to be a conclusion or anything of any sort at Rebellion. I can't imagine. I feel like you can keep going with it, so we'll see where it ends up. Any other thoughts on this, Jay? What was the reaction in the watch along for this one?
Which one? I'm sorry.
Trey and Sammy and XXXL.
Oh, this was fun. I was dealing with some personal stuff a few different times during the watch along, so I apologize. But yeah, it's just furthering the whole story between Trey and Sammy. There's a big picture going on here. This story that's going on between them. It's rivalry. It's Sammy trying to really actually do something positive with Trey, but Trey's been shit on by Sammy and the history between him, and it goes way back to OVE and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, and it's Sammy's not going to win Trey over immediately. You know, I think there's still going to be some kind of big, huge battle coming up at Rebellion between the two. But it's going to be more about finally winning the respect. Both guys, the respect of each other. So
True. So we'll see where it ends up. It's a slow build, obviously. It's a nice slow, but you still got 3 weeks ish till Rebellion. So see where
It'll carry over.
Yeah,
Just wait and see.
This one's not done at Rebellion. This is definitely one you can go with because there's more to it. There's not just like, we're gonna have a match now. You know, he wants to be his mentor. He wants to do all sorts of stuff. So we'll see where we go. All right. Next segment is probably my favorite of the night. It was Storm, Sabin, and Chris Harris at Swingers Palace. Swingers sitting there with a wad of money, all yeah, daddy, you know. And Bravo's
so
like,
sleazy.
yeah, so sleazy. Bravo's dealing, and he's dealing the cards. And what is Harris like? Does anybody ever win in this place? And he's like, Sabin's like, hey man, we're all winners here. Like for being on the show. He's like, we're all winners tonight. And the best parts of this fucking pot me. So Storm looks at Sabin. He's like, hey, don't you have a match to get ready for? He's like, yeah, I better get going. And then he's like, yes, he's like, no, you stay here. He goes, here's like $37.50, and like hands Harris a bunch of his chips. He goes, you stay here, win us some beer money, and I'll be back. And he's like, hey, wait a minute, don't do that. He goes, oh my bad. I'm sorry. He goes, guilty as charged. He's like, that's better. And I was like, dude, I lost it, man. It was. I mean, it's such a great little tie-in. I mean, all you needed was like a Bobby Roode reference. It would have been perfect. But awesome shit. I just laughed my ass off at that. So Harris is hanging back at Swingers Palace, but they cut the swinger at one point. And he's like, yeah, daddy.
I feel. Oh man, it was good.
I just want a sound. We need a soundbite of that. We need a soundbite of that. Yeah, daddy. We gotta get that. Where the hell's Kyle? We need him. Kalon, is he?
He's too cool for us now.
He doesn't even talk to us in our like chat anymore either. He's just gone. He's
just that walking in the wind shit.
Really is.
He's the crow now.
Yeah, seriously. Can't rain all the time, man. Cannot rain all the time, Kyle.
Sorry.
This cat has just gotten in the way of the show tonight.
He thinks he's a star. I don't know what's gotten into him.
People love cats.
My cat butt.
Yeah,
usually it's Jaybone's cat doing this, so it's okay.
Right? Yeah, my cat's in the ceiling in the next room, next county, screaming the hair off her ass. It's cat, whatever.
So Jay, with your new office setup, is the cat no longer allowed in? Is that the deal?
Rarely, but they dig it because they're just kind of looking around like,
what is all this? You clean this place up?
Yeah.
James Storm Chris Sabin with James Storm taking on Diener. This is the match where Eric Young basically if Diener loses, he's fucked. And so they go at it. Good match. I mean, solid stuff. Just very, very swift. You get two guys like this who just know what they're doing. You're not gonna have a bad match in any way. Like it's not a stinker. This is like it's just a great match. They have solid TV matches, and it was perfect. Cradle Shock by Sabin gets the win, and then Eric Young and Joe Doring are shown on the screen. So Eric Young's on the screen talking, and they're ambushing Chris Harris at Swingers Palace. They're beating him down, and then Young's like, "This is all your fault."
You fell for the trap.
Yeah, you fell. Rhino comes in, attacks. Yeah, see, you fell right into my trap. See, and that's what it was basically. And they're beating down Chris Harris. And then Rhino and Diener. Yes, Rhino runs in, and Diener and him start beating down Harris and Storm. So they Bound by Design walks off. So now we have that setup, right? Right, Jay? It's Tommy Dreamer and 3 mystery opponents taking on Bound by Design, right? At Hardcore Justice.
Yeah, Dreamer's just pulling all the strings tonight, making all these matches.
So 3 potential partners we got.
Right. Yeah. And I wrote down Fulton /? Alexander /? and TJP /? But apparently it's Ace. It's not Fulton. But Fulton's probably going to end up with Ace. So,
but that main event could very well be Sabin, Storm, and Harris. Mm-hmm. Harris is coming out of retirement. First time, like I said, if I see AMW hit a death sentence in this match, I'm gonna lose my shit.
So It's at the top of the page, which tells me they're saving that.
The announcement.
There's a surprise for the main event. As much as I want Jazz v. Deonna Purrazzo to main event it, if we get a Chris Harris return in the ring, I'll accept that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been damn. I mean, when was the last time he wrestled on Impact? Was shit, 2008, 9 maybe tops. Like he hasn't been on the show in a long time, man. So all for that. Definitely all for that. I would love to see it. So we'll see. It's 2 days away. It's coming up. It's on Saturday. Don't forget, guys. It's a special start time too. It's 3 p.m. Eastern, right, Jay? 3 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, 2 Central, 3 Eastern.
3 Eastern. So don't forget, guys. It's 3 Eastern. So it's gonna be, like I said, we're gonna do the Hardcore Justice watch along reaction, and then immediately follows a review. So we'll be wrapped up. The whole thing will be wrapped up because I know that starts a WrestleMania night. Some people want to watch that too. We'll be all wrapped up prior to that. So join us for that in the afternoon on Saturday. So we'll see where this ends up. This could very well be these guys team with Tommy Dreamer. It makes sense. It all kind of lines right up to it. So hopefully we get Chris Harris.
Gary Rossetti in the chat says 2011. So yeah, so
2011.
10 years.
10 years. And I forgot who there was it Matt Hardy who brought him back? I remember I think it was Matt Hardy.
It was real brief. Yeah.
I remember Matt Hardy brings him back. He walks out. They stared each other down. Yeah, I mean, still, it's nearly 10 years ago. So, backstage, this is the segment you were talking about, Jaybone. This is the Ace Austin Fulton confronted by TJP and Josh Alexander, talking about their whole thing going on.
Yeah.
And just before defending the X Division Championship against Josh and TJ at Rebellion, Tommy Dreamer comes out and says, it'd be great to have all three of you guys pick a partner and have a special three-way dance at Hardcore Justice to blow off some steam. So there's your potential. Now, who do these guys pick, though? That's my question.
That's going to be interesting.
Right? Like, who are they going to pick? Like, what even makes sense for any of these guys to pick?
I think Josh Alexander is going to pick Sandman.
Sandman? I was like, wait, what? I was like, what did I miss?
What?
Like, yo, I'm not doing anything. I'm here. It's just fucking Sandman just walks out. No, but like, you know what? I'd like to know from the chat. If you guys want to sound off, who would each of these guys pick? Is I mean, who would? I mean, I imagine Ace is going to pick Fulton, right? Like that's seems like a given. But who did like?
I think it's a layup for 2 out of the 3 of these. Yeah, Ace and Fulton, TJP and Fala. Now I could be wrong. It could be like someone like Suicide. If it's more like a manic thing. But the big question mark here is Josh Alexander. No, the Sandman thing. I'm just being silly. Honestly, I don't know.
Maybe get a surprise.
Ooh.
Maybe it's Taylor Wilde. Maybe it's Taylor Wilde. What the hell? I don't know. Could be anybody. I just don't know who else is involved in these guys' story that would make sense. Like I can see Ace going Fulton, obviously. I can see TJ going Fala because it's like they're boys, they do their thing. Maybe, but that's still a stretch, with this whole story. And then who does Josh go with? I don't even know. Couldn't even tell you. So I'd like to hear some people's opinions.
I'd like to see people's opinions.
Yeah.
I can't think like, oh man, it would be such odd couples.
It is like, Critical Sting says random Josh picks Chris Hero.
Okay.
That'd be
Which one's Jay?
that too.
P.D. Williams. Okay.
P.D. Williams, I like that. Mark, Alicia, and Kyle. Jack says Jaybone, Trent, and Bill. Out of the 4 answers so far, only 2 are serious.
I didn't say I was coming out of retirement to start my.
Would anybody team with Roki?
That's what I was thinking. He'd end up in this too.
Wait, I gotta look at the actual roster. Who is available? Wow.
You know what though? I can see
like these. I need a visual.
I can see why Critical Sting said Chris Hero, because Josh was posting like some Chris Hero stuff this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
interesting.
So I was like, that's interesting. Like he was posting like matches of Chris Hero, like, oh, this guy's a legend and shit. And I'm like, and he is a free agent now. So I mean, I personally love it.
Chris Hero is one of the first. Okay, so when everything happened last year and the big, the company up north let go like, half their people, 50, whatever, between office and in-ring personnel.
Mhm.
One of the first ones to let go from NXT, and they only had a 30-day no compete clause. One from that list was Chris Hero. So 30 days was up, and I'm like just dying. I'm like, okay, he's got to show up somewhere, right? And he didn't for like, we're going on a calendar year here. So yeah, it's time. I'm like dying to see Chris Hero.
That'd be cool,
man.
man.
He's putting out little feelers here and there. He's active on the Twitter box.
He has been. That's the thing.
He's got merch. He's got that hot merch out there. So
dude, I'm saying he's out there. I don't know. I know initially he wasn't taking any bookings during the COVID stuff. So, but now, it's calmed down. Maybe.
Armin in the chat says, Elgin.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just don't. I just don't.
Is he still contracted with them?
Team Canada, baby.
I think so, man. I think technically they couldn't fire him. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't fire him for like a workplace issue. So I think he was just removed. That's my guess.
Oh, they're like having him sit out his contract or something.
Yeah, I think that's Ingrid's saying it'll be Bravo. Might be Bravo. Maybe Bravo will team up.
Well, our options are pretty limited. So unless I'd be surprised. I can't wait to see if it's someone on a roster or if they're going to bring in new heads for those.
One new head in there would be great. At least one surprise.
Yeah, I should say one instead of many. Wow, because Chris Bay is on injury, right?
Chris Bay is hurt too. He just dropped a new single, by the way.
Which is fire. Dude is so talented in the ring and his music. He's got ambition. You guys go support him, seriously.
Yeah, seriously. Bay does music. He's got stuff on Spotify, iTunes. Like, support that. He's good. He's good at what he does. So
yeah, it's a mix of like R&B, hip hop, rap. Yeah, it's not exactly my cup of tea, but I've checked out some of it. It's not bad. I'll say this: Chris Bay's stuff is a lot better than some of the hip hop garbage out there. I mean, there's some really.
He's got good vision, creative, lyrical talent. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get Bay on here. We can plug his stuff directly on the show.
That'd be cool.
Bison sat down with Bay early on, so that's on the channel if you guys want to hear. Early on, Bay. That was before.
That was almost a year ago.
Bison has like all the good interview guys. If you seriously go back through our like vault and listen to them, they're so good.
Yeah, he was on fire. Like for a while, Bison was getting everybody on his own. He was just like reaching out, like going nuts. I was like, man, like how the fuck? Like, what the hell are you up to? But yeah, he was getting a lot early part of the pandemic time. So it's on the channel. Go check it out. So yeah, get your guesses in. I'm curious who everybody thinks. So we'll see where anybody ends up with. All right, there's a couple of backstage segments here. Dreamer sees Eric Young walking by after attacking Chris Harris, and then he says he's going to get some guys together and take him down, Von by Design down. And Young's like, bring it on. I'm looking forward to the challenge. So that's your match we just talked about. And then we get like a jazz, like a sit down, like a retrospective on her career, which I thought was really neat.
Yeah.
She had her first match the day after she started training, which I thought was amazing, by the way. And she's like, I ain't gonna say it's a good match, but it had my first match the day after I started training. And then she trained with the Junkyard Dog. And I didn't realize she's been around since 96, man. That's a lot. I didn't realize that. I knew her from ECW, but then again, that's 20 years ago. So she's been around a long time. Shimmer, everything. She did a lot. And it's a cool little video. It's like maybe like a 2-minute video. Definitely recommend you guys watch it. It's a whole look back at Jazz's career. It's kind of cool to see. Like there's old photos of her and Tommy Dreamer from back in the day. It's like, man, you forget how far back these people go. Like they got a lot of history. So it's cool to see just how full circle it all is. Like Tommy booking her in what could be her last match and all that kind of stuff. So
she's 48.
Doesn't look it.
No, she doesn't.
Beautiful.
She was great, man. She's cool. And she started in her early 20s. So yeah, she's 25 years. This is her 25th year in the business. That's a long time, man. A lot of ladies though. Yeah, they don't go that long. So that's really neat. Good for her.
She's
We
so
got to.
awesome. Oh God,
She's a badass.
I
though.
hope we're not losing her this weekend. I'll be heartbroken. I love Jazz.
Yeah.
I love
No,
that we got her back, but I get it as well because she is on her quote unquote retirement tour. So
we knew we didn't have her for a long time. She was here for a good time, not a long time, right? We knew that going in.
I'm so lucky we got her back for the time that we did, and it was so cool.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. People are talking about this in the chat, and I just heard that Davey Richards came out of retirement this week, or he announced he's coming out of retirement. So if he shows up, yeah, that could be another option. Like that's all. Wasn't that all Davey's thing? Like, does that show up?
Is he from Canada too?
No, St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Originally from the Pacific Northwest, but he's in St. Louis.
Right.
So that's why he used to wrestle in the Midwest all the time. I'm not to take away from Dave Richards. I think he's one of the best, honestly. But he wasn't interested in the business for a long time, and it showed. So
yeah, he wanted to focus on his career. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But he announced coming out of retirement. Who knows, man? Anything can happen here. Honestly, we've seen Impact pull surprises left and right.
Anything can happen.
It's true. Gia Miller with Gianna talking about her thoughts on the match after seeing Jazz's video package. Peraza's like, I'm honored to face Jazz. However, I'm going to be the one who puts an end to her career. So this is going to be a show stealer, honestly. Deanna and Jazz, you're talking Jazz going to just bust everything out at this show. This is going to, I think, this is going to be a show stealer for sure.
I love Deanna Purrazzo. She's a great 2-time Knockouts champ, and she's the future of our company. I honestly believe that. I think she's going to be around for a long time because of what other companies have done her wrong. This company has done her right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But how awesome would it be for Jazz in what could be her last year of professional wrestling in front of a crowd, or on TV, you know what I mean, in the public eye, we'll say, to have that last title reign, and even if it's short, I don't care, just so that she could say that she was champ one last time.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd love it.
That would be dope.
Especially because it's an Impact one. It'd be different for her. I'd love it personally. Like I'm talking, even if she loses it on Tuesday, kind of thing. I'd be cool with it. It's like, all right, cool, you got it. You beat her. So we'll find out. That's going to be a one to watch for sure. I just think they're going to bust it out. But Jazz is cool, man. She's a really, really awesome talent. Just a good that veteran in the locker room. One thing she mentioned, Amir points out in the chat too. She said she was the last WWF Women's Champion and the first WWE Women's Champion. So that's just an interesting little trivia.
Yeah. And then someone in the watch along chat said that they didn't even mention, or she didn't even mention her NWA run. But I mean, not a lot of people know about that. I mean, that's a nice thing. She was champ for about 3 years or something like that.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think NWA has done a lot of bad mouthing of Impact. I don't think they're going to put them over.
Yeah. It just wasn't in the public eye. Not a lot of people know about it. Like if you weren't following Jazz, what she was doing locally to that area, it was like a territory thing. Honestly, it wasn't like putting it on TV or hey, it wasn't really out there.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Dreamer in his 28th segment of the night, because Dreamer was all over the show tonight. This is the Tommy Dreamer show tonight. Waiting for Brian Myers to come to the back. Myers comes in. Dreamer's like, that's where he announces the blindfold the match. I forgot what was it called again. I totally forgot what it was called.
Blind Games.
Blind Games. He's like, live Blind Games in your house. And I was like,
in your house.
In your house. So that's going to be against Jake something. They come in this weekend at Hardcore Justice. So it's Jake and Brian this weekend in the Blind Games match. All right, so now main event time. There was a lot of backstage segments in Raw. I didn't realize that. So we got Impact World Champion Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Eddie Edwards taking on AEW Champion Kenny Omega with Don Callis and the Good Brothers. This was billed as Kenny Omega's first match on Impact. They kept saying it's Kenny Omega's first time on Impact on AXS TV, but I'm like, no, he's been on this whole time.
Well,
Yeah.
First match.
it's his first in ring on Impact Television.
Right. That's what I'm
He
saying.
did
Like,
the pay-per-view, but he hasn't done a
Oh
match.
yeah, that was.
He hasn't done a match on TV,
He
so
just
that's
keeps showing up.
yeah. They kept saying, like, Striker kept saying, it's first time on Impact and AXS TV. I'm like, no, it's his first match, not his first time. He's been on the damn show. So I gotta say, Mark pointed one thing out to me. I don't really watch AEW, but their belt is pretty sweet though. I'm gonna put that over. Their title belt is pretty nice. It is a sweet looking belt. Now, I want to ask people in the chat who are AEW fans if this is something you guys watch. Is it how big of a deal is this? The Kenny being on Impact. Like, Jay, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to start with you because you watch AEW. How big of a deal is this? In terms of like being a fan of both companies.
It's a pretty big deal. It really is, because Kenny has really made a name for himself internationally as a worldwide commodity to the professional wrestling world. And the fact that he's on the show, he's a world champ, and he's a lot of times he's still on the show with Callis at his side, you know. And this was one of those episodes where it was like, okay, big return to Thursday, had a big match feel to it. You really didn't know what was going to happen. Everybody brought it tonight. This was so much fun. Just the action. Trent even joined me in the last couple minutes of the watch along because he knew how big it was.
It was a big deal. But I do want to know, like, from our listeners, that, you know, and I know Mark, it was definitely huge for Mark. He was texting me on this one. But what is this? The match coming up with Rich is a big deal. I know that because it's a title versus title. That's not normal for sure. But Kenny, the current AEW champion, showing up on Impact Wrestling there. Is it like, and Kenny's, you know, he's got a lot of fans, probably the most over guy in AEW. Did a lot of AEW fans tune in on this one? Because a lot of them they're wishy-washy about tuning into Impact. You know, did this one make him go, shit, man, I gotta watch this? Like fucking Kenny Omega's on, I gotta watch this shit.
The Twitch crowd did not bring it. There was like 2K watching.
See, that's the thing. That's weird. Now, okay, part of that I'm gonna say is the day change.
You're right. Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Our show, our numbers are going to reflect that too. I just know a big part it's the day change. It's just people aren't.
It totally did. We had like half the people we normally did on the Twitch watch.
Yeah, exactly. Our number it's just going to be odd because most people forgot. They just it's also Mania week. People are already getting burned out on wrestling. What's up?
I'm sorry. It just made me realize we didn't get the Tony Khan ads.
We did not.
Pointed out because we're on Thursday now. We're not going to get those.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, have no fear, Alicia. He's right here in case you want him to remind you where he's at.
Perfect time to give an assessment on the pro wrestling industry and where we all stand. Impact Wrestling, the number one. Impact Wrestling, the number one.
No worry.
My skin's crawling.
Number one on AXS TV and number one in your hearts.
Here's what I say now. Does Scott D'Amore buy time on Dynamite and be like, well, now that we have the lead in, I'm going to tell you what's on Impact tomorrow. You know, like it. But the number wise, I'm not gonna like worry about that too much just because it's Mania week. People are all doing shit.
Oh yeah,
they're burned out from last night a little bit. It's also I think the big majority of people forgot that it's today. Honestly, they forgot that it's today, and I think our throwback had more than usual because of that reason too. It was like people thought, oh, wait a minute. And I'm at the top of that throwback show on Tuesday. I was like, we're starting at this time. We started the normal time, Alicia, like with the normal time this one starts on Tuesday. Yeah. And I was like, I know there's people here thinking where's the post show, but there is no post show. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
Next week's going to be your, I think next week's the bigger one to watch. Like that's the one where it's more established on the new day, you know, watch.
Right. Which just makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a really busy weekend, y'all. If you didn't
It's a busy one. It is a busy weekend.
Not just for the other companies, but for independent wrestling. So
yeah, there's a lot going on. A lot of talents working indie shows. They're not as engaging online today. So Tons of shit going on.
Oh, they were also watching Karrion Kross tonight win the NXT title.
Was that on tonight?
Tonight?
Why was it on
night number 2 for NXT taking?
Because WrestleMania is 2 nights, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
So they did a 2-night NXT thing. So we were up against NXT tonight. Is that what happened, Jay?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. You know, it's their big show. It's like a pay-per-view for them. All right. I'm gonna say fair. And I guarantee the DVR numbers on this are gonna be where it's at. Guarantee. Because people are gonna watch that NXT, then they're like, oh, we'll watch Omega's match, tomorrow or whatever. Guarantee that like the recorded numbers are gonna be what kicks this one up. But this is again solid. You had 3 of Impact's best. Also, I should say more because you had the Good Brothers in there too. But I mean, everybody in this ring was like phenomenal. I'm never gonna take it away. Like I don't really actively watch AEW, but I cannot deny that Kenny Omega's really good at what he does. So,
but Kenny didn't take the pin tonight.
That's my beef on this. What I said, Alicia. Here was my thought. I was like, because they kept emphasizing, oh, you can't kick out of the One Wing Angel, Rich Swann. You can't kick out of it. I think he should have kicked out of it tonight, and then you would have had a situation where like they've both kicked out of each other's finishers, and now it's like, oh shit, what's gonna happen in the title match now?
Right.
Like it didn't have to be where like Rich pinned Kenny. It could have been like Rich Swann kicked out of an attempt. Kenny got him, tried to pin him. Rich kicks out, and then something else like Eddie Edwards could pin whoever or whatever. You're gonna finish it off, but. I just think like that would have been like the heater to be like, oh shit. Now because like in a tag match, it's like you're still protecting Kenny because it's like it's a tag match. Yeah, he was weakened already. He didn't get to hit it as hard as he normally does. Rich kicked out of it, whatever it was, But I think that took away from him a little bit because it's like Rich pinned Carl Anderson. I'm like, okay, well, what did that mean? It didn't mean anything.
It's got to go back and forth. It can't be all Omega and the Good Brothers all over our guys. Our guys got to get a little back and forth.
Right.
Plus, they didn't do the One Winged Angel. It's still there. Like we're talking about it. He
got out of the One Winged Angel. He just didn't kick.
He got out of it. I guess that's the payoff, right?
Yeah, he didn't go through with the whole move, but Swann definitely escaped it.
Yeah, like it's still an issue. It's still there, but
right.
Yeah,
I'm sure. I feel like the build with this is going fine, and they're really telling the story they're trying to tell.
Yeah, Daniel Spencer is saying that the re-airing is on right now,
right?
Of Impact. So I bet you, like, you look at cumulative numbers, it's gonna kick right back into where it's supposed to be. Just you're up against some shit like that on their week, like. I'm not gonna deny this. Like this is their week, even with COVID times and all that stuff. It's still people call every independent that runs down there still calls it Mania Week. Like it's their week. Like you can't. I'm not gonna take away from the fact that no matter how low their numbers are, they're still. This is still the week that they get. So people are gonna watch that.
We all say we own the night, but they own the week.
This is their week. Yeah, tough week.
It is what it is. You know? It's not.
But solid.
It's not putting them over. It's just facts.
Yeah, just facts. But solid stuff. I mean, so Rich pinned Anderson on this, and I think they went off the air with that. Pretty much, that was the end of it. They just kind of. I'm trying to see where we left it here, and it was pretty much that was it. We went off the air after the match, and that was so faces up. Rich gets a win. He's kind of facing off with Kenny. I'm going to say this, though. Him getting out of the One Winged Angel was okay. If he's not going to kick out of it, that's the best. That's close enough. I'll take that.
Right.
As now you create the doubt, right? So see where it goes. I mean, the chat, you guys have any thoughts on this one? Sound off on it in the chat.
Has a good point about it.
What's he saying?
Go ahead.
Mark's doing a lot of chatting in here. He could have been in the video.
He could have been in the video.
You could have
I
been
get
in
it though.
You've been chatting the whole time, Marcus. But you could have been in here too. But I'm gonna display, since Mark is a host of the show, I'm gonna display Mark's comment here. I think tonight established that Swann isn't overmatched and he's a smart wrestler because he's hard to he's had to be due to his size. This was a great build in my opinion. So that's Mark's opinion on this. So if you guys agree with Mark, what do you guys think about it? But does this get you more hype for Rebellion? That's what I want to know for everybody too. Yes, definitely. And I want to know if anybody in the chat who hasn't ordered Rebellion or wasn't like planning on, whatever, did this sell you to order Rebellion? Are you now sold on like, you know what? I maybe wasn't, but now I'm totally gonna get it because now I want to really see how this goes down. Did this sell you further? Because that's the whole point of it. Jay, did they do anything to hype this match last night on Dynamite or anything?
No, but some stuff happened that made you feel like big picture wise, Kenny Omega is going to be a bigger threat towards Rich Swann. And it was like an indirect sort of thing because the Young Bucks turned heel. They turned on Mox, which means Kenny Omega could, big picture wise, show up with more than just the Good Brothers sooner rather than later. We could get a return of formerly known as Generation Me on Impact Wrestling Television.
Would they be announced as Generation Me if they come out? That'd be awesome.
There's gotta be at least a reference to it. Like, hey, look, Generation B's back. Then the fight breaks out,
But
Biz quiz, baby.
Eric caught my facial expression when you said that when I asked you, was there any mention last year? You're like, no, but it was this, and I gave this face like big surprise that they didn't mention. No, Eric did catch that in the chat.
We're used to that, but I've got a feeling as it gets closer to Rebellion, you're going to see a lot more, at least reference to something.
Yeah, I think it's still, to be honest, I feel like this can go either way. Everybody's already thinking like, Kenny's gonna win, but it's like, man,
I'm not assuming nothing because, like I said, as soon as Callis put all that money, okay, even though it's a comedic moment, as soon as Callis and Omega put all that money down on the match towards Omega winning, that right there throws the odds against Kenny Omega immensely, in my opinion.
Like that's gonna backfire.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's also Swingers Palace, though, so somebody's cheating. Y'all playing at Swingers Palace, man. House fucking wins.
Johnny Bravo's got cards up his sleeve. So
I want to see it lead up to Kenny Omega and Johnny Swinger on TNT. As a result of Swinger like screwing him out of his money.
Swinger's back on TNT, daddy. Wait, was Johnny Swinger ever in WCW?
He was in all. Swinger's been in every company. Okay. Every single company.
I know he was, we talk about him being in, early TNA with the tag team of Simon Diamond, and he was an NWA champion, but I didn't know how far back it all went. So,
dude, he's been everywhere. Johnny Swinger's been everywhere. In that '88 Saab Turbo, man, he's driven to every promotion. But that's the show, guys.
With the beeper.
That's it with the beamer. That's the show, guys. That's April 8th, 2021. The go home show for Hardcore Justice and continued build for Rebellion. But that's it. Impact Plus this weekend. Remember, special start time, 3 p.m. Eastern.
I'm gonna day drink.
Day drink. What's a full day?
I'll be going night, 5 p.m.
He's like, review done. I'm out.
If I make it there. No, I'm kidding.
I'm whiskey deep.
Like that.
Right.
So yeah, hang out, guys. It's an afternoon show. We're all gonna be cooped indoor. It's gonna be a beautiful day, I'm sure. We're all gonna be inside watching wrestling all afternoon.
I'll go outside and grill. I'll do the live chat from my
nice. There you go.
There you go.
Not a bad idea. So in the chat, real quick, last question I'm going to ask you guys: are you watching Hardcore Justice this weekend? And are you planning on it? Impact Plus did have a little bit of a hiccup this yesterday or Tuesday. They fixed it towards the evening. It was back up and ready to go. I even got an email from Impact Plus saying, "Sorry about that. Everything is back up and
Impact
functional."
TV, you mean?
Impact. Yeah. My app says Impact Plus. Alicia's the only person I know whose app says Impact TV.
Yep.
I don't know,
I'm
Jay.
the only one.
Jay, yours says Impact Plus, right? Like
on
your phone app?
Oh, you know, I haven't watched it on my phone in a while. Let me quick.
I'm curious. And what in the chat has got Impact
Does
Plus.
anybody else?
Yeah, the app says Impact TV.
Oh,
He's got TV also. Mine says Plus. Maybe it's an Android
We're
thing.
starting to solve the mystery. Oh, maybe.
Well, I got a Google phone, so I don't know.
It's Android.
I have
yeah.
a Google phone too.
That could be it. That could be it then. Yeah, everybody look, Villette's saying Impact TV. So
Okay.
I it's gotta be Android and Apple.
You got some kind of iPhone thing? What do you got?
Yeah.
What are
iPhone.
you, Apple?
What are you, an Apple? What do you want
Are
an
you an
Apple?
Apple user?
Apple
Corny.
bitch. Yeah, it's me.
That's not cool, man.
I thought it was. She clearly thought it was. Yeah, Villette's is Android too. So it's gotta be Android versus app. Man, Impact TV does sound way cooler though, personally. But it sounds neat. What is it on my?
But no, because Stefan has the same. We are both on Google and for our phone services, and his is Impact Plus, and he has an Android.
Wait, what? This is so weird.
Now you're making. Oh, this is deep.
Mark's iPhone. It's at Plus. This is heavy. Dana Spencer will appreciate that. This is heavy.
Conspiracy theories.
Ooh, we gotta get to the bomb. I want everybody to let us know. What does yours say? Someone's gonna come with like a wild card.
Oh, by the way, I figured out recently that we all have been saying Violet's name wrong this whole time. Her name is Violet, not Valete or Villette.
Oh, it's Violet. Oh shit,
it's Violet.
I kept thinking it was Villette.
Yeah, it's Violet.
Oh, because it's phonetic. Yeah, it's phonetically spelled Violet. Okay, I'm used to Violet having the O.
Yeah.
Violet.
So I'm this many days old in realizing that.
I am so sorry. You could have corrected Violet. I don't want to call her Violet again. Violet, you could have corrected us like a while ago. You could have like told us shut the fuck up. You guys
it was
got
like
wrong.
me saying Alicia for 6 months, and then God.
Yeah. There just came a point that I just accepted it. I didn't want to correct you because I'd been answering to it for so long.
But it's Jaybone's personal opinion, right, Jay?
Yeah.
There's another word you emphasize. I'm trying to remember what it is, but the opinion's my favorite one.
Oh, my wife always makes fun of me when I say advertisement.
Advertisement, very British of you. My sister was once interviewed for like in a record store for like the afternoon news, and she was kind of nervous, so she said the word she meant to say advantageous, so she said advantageous. And this was like 15, 20 years ago. To this day, I rip her. I'm like, every time like the word, I'm like, it's a real big advantages to what we have here. She's like, shut the fuck up.
I can't even try to say that.
She was like a Tower Records, and they were like asking about something. I don't remember what the story was. She's like, it's a real big advantages to. I'm like, did you say advantages on like TV? She's like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I said.
Oh, this is hilarious. Brandon Richards says mine says Global Wrestling Network.
Holy shit! I knew someone's gonna wild card this. Brandon, when was the last time you updated your apps? You have to update your apps once in a while.
That's not even a thing, man. You're lying.
I'm wondering if I'm waiting for someone to come and says mine says WWE Network or some shit. Like, wait a minute, you're on the whole fucking different level now. Shit.
Rip WWE Network.
Or mine says WCW Network. Fucking something goofy. But geez, if your still says Global Wrestling Network, you need to update your tag or your fucking update your fucking apps, man. But that's it, guys. Anything else? Any other goofiness? Hardcore Justice? We'll grill. Well, Alicia's gonna grill. We'll watch. But Jay, hopefully.
I don't have the time over the next couple of days, and I just unfortunately found out during the watch along I'm not going to be able to even partake in the watching of the pay-per-view on Saturday. It's just loaded with family stuff. So, but hey, I'm there in the spirit, guys. I will watch it eventually. I may do like a later Smash This podcast review, like later on in the weekend, like Sunday or something, because God knows I'm not watching anything else. I've been very open about that. So
yeah, that's fun. I told the UK boys, I said, you guys, since it's an early start time, you guys will be around. So if you want to jump on and do it with us, the first time doing a review with us, that'd be cool.
Hell yeah,
So,
watch along, review, whatever. Team TNI UK, bring it. We'd love to have you. Hell yeah.
I told them to come on in since it's early enough for them to join, so they can definitely join in. So we'll figure it all out. We'll be here Saturday though, either way. But anything else?
I think we've covered it all.
Let's get plugs. All right, well, let's get our plugs. Alicia, where can people follow you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram under the handle Alicia B. Cakey.
Very nice. Jaybone, what are you up to? You're not covering this weekend stuff, Jay?
No, I mean, I may do a review of it on Sunday by myself, just as a, Smash This podcast thing. But the next 2 days I'm taking off. I got family stuff going on. Not going to get into it, just family stuff. So, yeah, you can find me over that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling. Been covering a lot of AEW stuff, but I am going to cover some Impact stuff later this weekend, probably Sunday night-ish, sometime on Sunday. So you can find that on YouTube and the Twitch and all the socials, the Facebox, the Twitter box, and a good old Instanick. And for your boat on the go, the audio portion of Smash This Podcast, you can find it on anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast. And it goes out to Apple and Spotify and Google and Rebel Radio and Bullhorn and all these other places are just popping up all over the place. So
Rebel Radio, it's a Chicago radio station, actually. That only plays metal. Did you know about this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those. I gotta look. There's all the Castbox is another one. It's all these audio apps that you can get podcasts and shows off of. So
cool.
It's all over the place.
All right, guys, you can follow me at Transberry over on Twitter, and then the show at We Talk Impact, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just type in Total Nonstop Impact. It comes right up. Audio is available on all audio platforms: Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, guys. If you are an audio listener, let us know where you're listening from. Thank you to all the international listeners who always listen to us. We really appreciate that. A lot of international love on the audio. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact, YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact, ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact, featuring the brand new t-shirt done by Juan the Dead. It is awesome. Big response for that one from you guys. So thank you to everybody who's ordered one so far, and to everybody who's been giving some positive feedback. I think we're definitely gonna do more with Juan. That one's a hit so far.
That was beautiful work.
Yeah, it's a dope shirt. So I know a lot of people might be waiting for the sale to get one of those. So by all means, do that and pick one up whenever you guys can. And thank you for everybody who cheered bits, who joined the watch along, all the bits and all the subs on Twitch. We really appreciate that as always, guys. Always a big plus. Definitely add us to all your socials. We're always pretty interactive on there. And the show scheduling. So every Tuesday now is throwbacks. So Tuesday throwbacks, NWA TNA number 64 will be next week. And then Thursday is the main show, the post show, Impact and AXS TV. And then Friday is always the TNI UK stuff. I believe now they're going to be on tomorrow. I think we're going live. Got to figure all that out. They're going to do a live one tomorrow. We'll figure all of it out and see what time they're going on. We'll plug it at We Talk Impact on Twitter. So join them for a live broadcast on Twitch and YouTube. And then Saturday, Hardcore Justice watch along reaction and the full show review after it's done. And we'll get you all done and out of here by the afternoon so you guys can go ahead and watch stuff in the evening. And I think that's it. Jaybone, I forget anything?
No, that's it. That is it.
That's everybody. Thank you all for joining tonight. Everybody who jumped in the watch on with Jay, thanks for keeping him company there too. And then this with us tonight. Best wishes to Mark on his big first vacation since the pandemic. So have fun, Mark. Do your thing. Bill, stay safe down in Florida. Have a great time. The whole team will be back next week, guys, and we'll talk to you then. Until then, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you Saturday. Have a good weekend. Later.